Here we go. All right.
Like old times.
Yeah. All right. Cheers, Morrow.
Yeah.
It's been a hot minute since we've done one of these videos. Our hot takes. What's been getting in the way lately, other than everything?
Babies.
Yeah. I didn't know if you wanted to share that or not.
Yeah, I'm a father now, so that's awesome.
Congrats, bro.
A new person to introduce video games to.
Right, exactly. And that's the first thing you gotta worry about is what's their gaming collection gonna be.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna start off with some GameCube for them. Integrate some NES,
Yeah.
Finding Nemo, the game. On
Definitely.
GameCube.
I've actually heard that's a good game.
Exactly.
I'm actually trying to find a copy of that.
Yeah, she watches Finding Dory like every day, so,
It's already starting.
It starts.
So today what we're going to be talking about are Swan Songs, and the idea behind this video is sort of like the last taste of something that we got. So it could be either by a developer, last game by a developer, last good game in the franchise, or it could be a game that was like the last on a console. So for example, I was thinking that Last of Us was like a perfect Swan Song for the PS3, or Tony Hawk 3 was sort of the last real Tony Hawk game in the sort of format that we all got used to as kids. Do you have any thoughts about Swan Songs before we begin?
They're sad, sometimes
Bittersweet,
sometimes beautiful. So let's dive right in.
Let's do it. Do you have to do the honors?
Sure. My number 5 is the last Naughty Dog Crash Bandicoot game.
Woof.
So, you have problems with...
No, just dog. Woof.
Oh, yes. Naughty Dog, yeah.
Woof.
So, yeah, it's a shame because I actually haven't played any of the other Crash Bandicoot games.
I've never played any of them.
Really?
Never.
Oh, well, the first 3 are great, and I haven't played the remastered versions, but the third one is really good, and it's just, I would love to see Naughty Dog jump back into Crash Bandicoot.
Well, the whole mascot platformer too. I wish that mascot platformer still happened.
Well, hopefully Mario Odyssey will bring that back.
Here's hoping.
Here's hoping. Okay.
So my first game is the Sabotage.
I've heard that that's really good.
So this was the last game by Pandemic, and so that's why I picked it, is because I'm a huge Mercenaries fan. And so there was a planned Mercenaries 3, it got canceled. It's kind of the same old song. EA bought Pandemic and then it went to shed. So anyway, Pandemic did a lot of great games, and this is actually a really fun open world game, and it takes place during World War II in Paris. And what's cool about it is that the whole game is in black and white, and then as you liberate the city, it turns color. So each section that you haven't liberated is in black and white, and then each section that you have has a color palette to it.
So it's the video game adaptation of Pleasantville.
Well, it's really just, I think anytime Nazis are involved, everything just goes grayscale. It just goes grayscale, and everybody's like, ugh, it's a bit drab.
Yeah.
But it's a fun game.
Just a bit.
And it's super cheap now. I think it's like a $5 game. Like it's not expensive.
Is it like Assassin's Creed set in World War II?
No, it's like Mercenaries set in World War II.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's a great game, and Pandemic went away, of course. They also did the Destroy All Humans games, if you remember those. So they had a lot of great games, and this was the last game that they published, so that's it.
Yeah. Now, I didn't do all my research, but Turtles in Time on the Super Nintendo is kind of the last, I don't know if it's the last Konami Turtles game, can't remember, but it's the last of its kind in terms of a Ninja Turtles game. They've made a lot of Ninja Turtles games since then. None of them are quite like this or the games that preceded this. Those beat 'em up, side scroller.
Yeah.
And they were so damn fun to play with friends. And I do not know why they still don't make Ninja Turtle games like this.
Or beat 'em ups in general.
Or beat 'em ups
in general just are gone.
Gone. And I mean, if you made a Ninja Turtles game now, where 4-player, where each person can play as a different turtle,
yeah, give it a rest.
Life changing.
Yeah,
I don't know why they haven't made a Ninja Turtles game like that since then.
No, I agree. And again,
remakes don't count.
It's like
that sucked anyway.
It's like those just all the beat 'em ups. Did you play the Scott Pilgrim game?
Yes.
That was a cool game. I really enjoyed that. But yeah, that's like kind of the closest we've gotten.
Short and sweet, but it was sweet.
It was great. It was great. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So next up for me is going to be I'm not really double dipping here. This is just the 2 versions of the game. For Ghostbusters, I consider these a swan song because it's the last time we got the gang together.
This is the last incarnation of the Ghostbusters.
Well, before Harold Ramis passed, and then you know, obviously they've gone through their own like sort of soul searching with the brand. So to me, this is the swan song of the Ghostbusters, and you should play both of the versions because the Wii version is a little bit different from the Xbox 360 PS3 version, or you can play it on PS2 if you don't want to fuck with the motion controls and stuff. But
you made a really detailed review of these games and comparisons, and so check that out.
Yeah, well, and it's just really a great. It's honestly it is Ghostbusters 3. So like if you're a fan of Ghostbusters and you consider yourself a fan, to me the Wii version sort of encapsulated the animated series in some ways. Like you know do you remember the real Ghostbusters?
Oh
the
yeah,
animated series?
Oh my god, yeah.
And then
had action figures and the firehouse and everything.
Yeah, and then the 360 version is sort of like the films. So anyway, I would definitely consider that a swan song that was really. I don't think we appreciated at the time how lucky we were to get that game because it wouldn't be made now, even if they were all still together.
And the fact that they got Bill Murray, you know,
that's what I mean. Yeah, I think
big A-lister, you know, so
yeah,
impressive.
Cool.
Now, time will tell if this is the last of its kind, but Arkham Knight.
Well, it's the last Rocksteady.
Is it? I
mean, it's the last.
They might make another one. You know, you never know.
You never know.
But regardless, it might be the last Batman Arkham type game. Who knows?
Yeah.
We don't know, but damn, what a way to go out. I absolutely love this game.
Sure.
I think it's the best of the series actually because there's just so much to do and I actually enjoy the Batmobile. At first I didn't like it. I got used to it and I think it's an amazing addition to the series, and it makes it different from the other games.
Yeah, I would just add that it's a great game. It's a great finale. I think that they don't have anywhere else to go with it without really significantly changing the gameplay. So even if they do make another one, the likelihood of it being the same as the formula is pretty low, I think.
Right.
But when I got my PS4 a year ago, that was the first game I popped in. I was like, gotta play it right now. So I definitely agree with you there. I mean, it was a really special game.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's a really special game to me too. So next up is going to be, I love this game, Godhand for the PlayStation 2, and this was the last game that Clover Studios produced, which was Beautiful Joe and Okami, and it's just a really awesome action beat 'em up game. If you like Devil May Cry or Bayonetta or any of these types of games, it's a must, and it's really funny. Like that's the thing that I like the most about it is that it's just hilarious. And anyway, if you like Platinum Games or any of those guys' stuff, like it's worth a playthrough. If you like action, if you don't like really hardcore action, don't play it because it's hard as fuck. It's really hard.
Those games tend to be hard.
Yeah, but it's not that expensive comparatively to some of the other more niche PS2 games. Like it's only a $40 game. Like some of these niche PS2 games are like now getting up in the 80s and 100s, so it's worth a pickup, I feel. But you can also pick it up on PSN for $10. So whatever.
Yeah, there you go.
Cool.
This one I just have a picture of because it was never released in America. Mother 3. Now, Mother 3 is one of the most... If you're not familiar, it's the Earthbound franchise in America. This one was only on Game Boy Advance, never released in America yet. And it's one of the most emotionally moving games I've ever played. And it's an amazing adventure. And it's the last of those games. I mean, Shigesato Itoi, the creator, he's not going to make another one. Like it's over. Like this is it. And it's an amazing way to go out. I mean, you have to play it if you can get your hands on it. And I really want them to make an American release. I don't know why they haven't.
Well, there's a
Yeah.
fan translation.
There is a really good fan translation.
I wonder if you could get a replica made,
Oh, you can.
like for Super Nintendo.
There's plenty on. There's Game Boy Advance replicas that they have
cool.
reproductions on Etsy. Oh, it's really easy to find, but I really wish Nintendo would make an official release. Lucas, the main character, is in Smash Brothers, on Smash Brothers Brawl, and a downloadable character on the Wii U. So he's known, and it's the kind of like Ness. It's like it's now a cult following, and they need to release this game.
Sure. Well, and also make Ness a better character.
Yes.
But that's my own 2 cents. He sucks, and I love him as a character. All right, so next up, no secret around here, I am a huge Klonoa fan, and this is the Wii remake of the original game on the that was originally on the PS1, and this is an awesome remake, and not super expensive, like about $20 or so. But what a wonderful, happy little game, and
It is.
again the mascot platformer. We're getting a theme here.
It's a 2D though, 2.5D.
Yeah, and it's
like Kirby.
It's actually addresses some of the issues that the original game had with difficulty, which I've played. But I don't have a copy of because it's insanely expensive. But if you ever get the chance to
I have it
play
on the Vita. You can download it on the PSN store.
If you ever get the chance, it's a very good game, and we won't get another Klonoa, I don't think, because we had a couple of Game Boy Advance games. We had the PS2 game, so this was meant to like relaunch the series, and it didn't really.
You never know. They made another Bubsy game,
and that was a relief.
and they made another Shaq Fu game. You never know.
No, I know, but I doubt it. If it happened, I would be very surprised. But anyway, if you get a chance, it's a really lovely platformer as well. It's a lot of fun. Music's really chilled out. The visuals are really cool. So if you ever get the chance, check it out.
Really good remake.
Yeah.
Oh, this is my number one.
Ooh.
Number one. Oh man, it's a doozy. Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain.
I knew you were gonna pick that.
Of course.
I knew you were gonna pick that.
Of course. Okay. This game, I have a lot to say about this game, but I'm gonna make it quick. This game is most likely the last real Metal Gear game. I mean, Hideo Kojima's not coming back to Konami. No.
No, it's over. That. Well, and it was unfinished too. So really, how do you?
That's my one problem with it.
Well, how do you come back from that? If you didn't finish the 5th one, how do you make the 6th one and be like, what are you gonna do? Finish the 5th one? Is that what, number 6?
Yeah.
5.
Yeah.
Continued.
I mean, it's the last of its kind, and I've replayed it. I played it 2 years ago. Put a lot of time into it. I just replayed it, and it's mind-blowing. Like I love it. Everything about it, the missions you go on, the beeps and the clicks when you move around and gather items, and it's just so immersive and fun. And there's only one problem with it, but out of 50 hours, it's only in the last 2 hours, I'd say.
Yeah, it's on my backlog in a big way. But you and I have had this talk, and we kind of continuously have it. I feel that 3 was the real swan song of the series.
And that's a good one, but
I still think that if 3 was like anyway, we're gonna get really off topic here for a minute, but I feel like if 3 had been the last one in the series, that series would be of legend. And now I think it's a little bit more murky as to where it stands. I know a lot of people love the series. I'm a huge fan of the series, but I have a lot more emotions about it now than I did then.
I love it, and there's a certain new game that just came out that has to do with zombies and Metal Gear.
Oh yeah,
that fans are just ripping apart. Okay, I put in already about a few hours into it. It's not bad at all.
Yeah, well, I think
it really is not bad. I only paid $20 for it too.
Well, I think too, what they've actually needed from the series is to get Kojima out of the way if they're going to actually continue the series, and let Snake actually become a James Bond, where he's sort of like recast and
Well, you don't play as
reshaped.
Snake. So.
Well, what I mean though is or use the universe, or
yeah.
There's a lot of things you could do differently, and I feel like he sort of, in many ways, was suffocating the series. Because it's like Do you really think that Mega Man can't exist without Inafune? Of course it can.
Of course it can.
So I don't know. That's my
Mighty number 9.
Oh man.
Mighty number 9 is proof that he
didn't do it.
He ain't perfect.
It wasn't all him.
Uh-uh.
So my last one is a biggie for me, and this is Ninja Gaiden Black. Or no, excuse me. This is Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2 Sigma. I don't know.
Sigma
Anyway,
2.
Sigma 2, whatever. Really awesome game. This is the last game that the director Itagaki directed. So this one feels very in line with the Xbox game, the original Xbox game, and then its iterances. But then he left Koei Tecmo, and that was it.
And so they aren't going to make another one? Or
No, they have continued the series, but it's
not him.
It's not him, and 3 was a nightmare. It was a disaster. And then, actually, though, Team Ninja did Neo.
Right.
On the PS4.
Great game.
Yeah, awesome game. So hopefully that gives me hope that the series will come back and be really excellent, because that game was an awesome action game. Little bit on the hard side for me personally, and on the length side it was a little bit too long for my liking. I put like 80 hours into it and was only like halfway, so I was kind of not happy about that. But anyway, if you ever get a chance, pick this game up. It's super cheap right now, and it's just like that really, really fun, difficult action sort of hack and slash that PS2 and GameCube and original Xbox were really known for, and it looks fantastic as well. So anyway, so usually we would flip a coin and that would be the thing, but instead, since Mario forgot his last one, so this is number 6 or 1, I don't know. But anyway, so that's it for Swan Songs, and there's a ton of these that we could do in the future if anybody's interested in them, who knows. But anyway, thanks.
So long.